Alright guys, it's been far too long, and we're going to kick this off by showcasing some of my very strong friends. This is Deidre. This is her second powerlifting meet. This is a PR 255, and man has she made some awesome strides. But not only that, she's also just grown so much outside of the gym in terms of her base knowledge, and it's been showing in her lifts. And this is Natalie, who is Robbie Sardinia's main squeeze, and this is a 295 deadlift, which is a PR for her, and she might be the better deadlifter out of both of them. And Robbie's not a slouch when it comes to pulling, but awesome job, girls. And this is my friend Kareem, who is about to yank 570 in pink shoes. And when you are as big as Kareem and you can yank 570 off the floor, you can wear pink shoes. No one's gonna say a thing to you. But good stuff.
Pecador y voy a ser un desmadre. Y al que no le guste que chinga a su madre. Soy el pecador y voy a ser un desmadre. Y al que no le guste que chinga a su madre. Soy el pecador y voy a ser un desmadre.
Jules boy, magic. Well,
Alright guys, that's just how I feel, and that's how I felt after watching my friends do their thing in their powerlifting meet. So as many of you know, if you've kept up with past video logs, I've been having issues with my shoulders this whole off season. It just seems that as soon as I stepped off the stage, it went like the very next day. And while I don't have the pain that I had just a few months ago, I'm no longer really dealing with that. I'm still very limited with what I can do before it starts to really bother me. And not only that, but I'm just not progressing the way I should be. And it just seems like anything else, all I have to do is organize my work correctly, work my butt off, and things happen. But not so much when it comes to my pressing movements. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, well, first of all, I went to go get a few tests done, and for sure I don't have no structural damage in my shoulders, thankfully, but I just have very, very bad flexibility in that area. Both internal and external rotation are just horrible. And because of this, I'm very limited to what movements I can do comfortably and how strong I can get with these movements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really taper down my volume with my pressing so that I don't make the situation any worse, and it's going to give me more time to focus on getting better. So what I'm going to be doing is myo reps, and myo reps is it's basically a rest pause set, but I think it's probably the best approach to using a rest pause type of setup. And I'm going to link you guys to I think it's a wonderful discussion or article about myo reps and how you can apply them to your training. So basically, 2 sets a week of pressing, and what this is going to do is really going to bring down my volume, but my training is going to be very efficient. And once you guys read up all that, it's going to make more sense. So I think this was 225 on the incline activation set of about 7 or 8 reps, and then a lot of triples afterwards, just little clusters with minimal rest. So it definitely beats you down. You definitely have to stay on top of your form, because that's one thing that a lot of folks will do with these rest pause type approaches, is that they kind of loosen up on the cluster work once fatigue really starts to set in. So one thing's for sure, one thing that really helps me with these is that I really just try to stay away from failure, especially when it's a joint or area in my body that's in question to begin with. So again, no structural damage is just something that I'm really going to have to work on, especially if I want to do this for a long time. And again, that's probably the part about natural bodybuilding that really gets my juices flowing, is the fact that at 48, I'm most likely going to be better than I am right now at the young tender age of 30. So that's one of those portions that's really appealing to me, the forever young part of it. But in order to stay forever young, I definitely have to stay active and weight train, but to be smart and sound about it, so that I can grow up to be, gray, old, and jacked like Jeff Alberts. So that's the goal. And while it's not my style to train with low volume, I think it's important that I remain objective and I do what is best for the long term. So after this, you guys are going to see some of my high bar squats, and those are a mess too right now. I've really just lost confidence with it since I had that powerlifting meet where I was warming up with guys much taller than me. Anyhow, the bar was in the wrong place, freaking ouch, and I basically had to lay off squatting and lifting for a few weeks. And because of that, I kind of lost my confidence with the high bar, so I'm kind of lost. This is 385 for 2 reps, RP of 9. This is about 20-30 pounds off from my usual 2 reppers at 9. So yeah, I'm definitely in a slump. I am definitely in a drought. This is the back offset, by the way. So I'm in a slump. I'm in a drought. But I've been doing this long enough to know that, hey, just around the corner, there are happy times and lots of PRs. And I think if you're just okay with the process, minimize your time spent being a bottom feeder. So right now I'm just kind of a bottom feeder, trying to get by. And I know that if I stay poised, follow my programming, and just work my butt off, before you know it, we will have some good times ahead of us. So this is where I'm at right now. This is what my week looked like for the most part. And I think next week, I'm pretty optimistic that we're going to start seeing some flashes of a hot streak coming. So thank you guys, and more stuff to come.